Steven's mother cannot remember a time when her son was not into something or in trouble. As a baby, he was incredibly active, so active in fact that he nearly rocked his crib apart. All the bolts and screws became loose and had to be tightened periodically. Steven was also into forbidden places, going through the medicine cabinet or under the kitchen sink. He once swallowed some washing detergent and had to be taken to the emergency room. As a matter of fact, Steven had many more accidents and was more clumsy than his older brother and younger sister. He always seemed to be moving fast. His mother recalls that Steven progressed from the crawling stage to a running stage with very little walking in between. Trouble really started to develop for Steven when he entered kindergarten. Since his entry into school, his life has been miserable and so has the teachers. Steven does not seem capable of attending to assigned tasks and following instructions. He would rather be talking to a neighbor or wandering around the room without the teacher's permission. When he is seated and the teacher keeping eye on him to make sure that he works, Steven's body still seems to be in motion. He is either taping his pencil, fidgeting and staring out the window and daydreaming. Steven hates kindergarten and has few long-term friends. Indeed, school rules and demands appear to be impossible challenges for him. The effects of his mismatch are now showing in Steven's schoolwork and attitude. He has fallen behind academically, has real difficulty mastering new concepts. He no longer follows directions from the teacher and has started to talk. Children who display attention defect hyperactive disorder have great difficulty attending to tasks or behave overactively and impulsively or both. The disorder often appears before the child starts school, as in the case of Steven. If you are a parent of an ADHD child or attention defect hyperactivity disorder, then no need to worry about, as this video is for you. In this video, we will discuss ADHD, attention defect hyperactivity disorder, and its homeopathic treatment. The video has 4 main segments: introduction of ADHD, causes and age or prevalence of ADHD, symptoms and strategies to deal with ADHD, and the most important segment, homeopathic treatment of ADHD. Attention defect hyperactivity disorder is a disorder marked by either inability to focus attention or by overactive and impulsive behavior or both. The symptoms of ADHD often feed into one another. Children who have trouble focusing attention may keep turning from task to task until they end up trying to run in several directions at once. Similarly, constantly moving children may find it hard to attend to tasks or show good judgment. Often one of these symptoms is much more pronounced than the other. About half of the children with ADHD also have learning or communication problems. Many perform poorly in school. A number have difficulty interacting with other children, and about 80% misbehave, often quite seriously. It is also common for the children to have mood or anxiety problems. According to DSM-4 checklist, attention defect hyperactivity disorder, either of the following groups at least 6 of the following symptoms of inattention persisting for or at least 6 months to a degree that is maladaptive, inconsistent with development level. Frequent failure to give close attention to details or making careless mistakes, frequent difficulty in sustaining attention, frequent failure to listen when spoken to directly, frequent failure to follow through on instructions and failure to finish work, difficulty organizing tasks and activities, avoidance, dislike, and reluctance to engage in tasks that require sustained mental effort, frequent loss of items necessary for tasks or activities, easy distraction by irrelevant stimuli, forgetfulness in daily activity. In the group B, at least 6 of the following symptoms of hyperactivity, impulsivity persisting for at least 6 months to a degree that is maladaptive and inconsistent with developmental level. Fidgeting with hands or feet, squirming in seat, frequent wandering from seat in classroom or similar situation, frequent running about or climbing excessively in situations in which it is inappropriate, frequent difficulty playing or engaging in leisure activities quietly, frequent on-the-go activity or acting as if driven by a motor, frequent excessive talking, frequent blurting out of answers before questions have been completed, frequent difficulty awaiting turn, frequent interrupting of or intruding on others. The presence of some symptoms before the age of 7, impairment from the symptoms in at least 2 settings, significant impairment, according to American Psychological Association. Now let's have a look over the prevalence and age of ADHD. Around 5% of school children display ADHD, as many as 90% of them boys. That disorder usually persists throughout childhood. Many children show a marked lessening of symptoms as they move into late adolescence, but others continue to have problems. One third of affected children have ADHD as adults. Those whose parents have ADHD are more likely than others to develop it, and the prevalence of the disorder is higher than usual among relatives of people with the disorder, according to American Psychological Association. Average age of ADHD diagnosis is 7 years. Age when symptoms of ADHD typically first appear is 3 to 6 years or 2 to 6 years. Let's have a look over the causes of ADHD. Today's clinicians generally consider ADHD to have several interacting causes, including biological causes, disorder, in fact once referred to as minimal brain damage, high levels of stress, and family dysfunctioning. Sociocultural theorists point out that ADHD symptoms and a diagnosis of ADHD may themselves create interpersonal problems and produce additional symptoms in the child. That is, children who are hyperactive tend to be viewed particularly negatively by their peers and by their parents, and they often view themselves quite negatively as well. We will discuss some strategies and parenting tips to deal with ADHD. First and foremost, parenting tip for ADHD is to stay positive and healthy dealing with ADHD child. Tip number 2, maintain positive attitude. Tip number 3, keep things in perspective. Tip number 4, always be willing to make some compromises. Tip number 5, believe in your child. Tip number 6, always follow a routine. Tip number 7, always ask your child for the solution of problem rather finger pointing. Tip number 8, help kid understand that having ADHD is not his fault. Tip number 9, spend some special time together every day. Tip number 10, remember your child is a highly energetic child, so take it positively rather thinking as a hyper child. What foods ADHD avoid? Many children with food sensitivities can exhibit ADHD symptoms after they are exposed to certain foods such as chocolate, soy, wheat, eggs, beans, corn, tomatoes. White flour products should be avoided, especially junk food. Junk food increases acidity, which can trigger ADHD's problem. Try to use alkaline food like buttermilk, yogurt, alkaline water to reduce acidity. Best diet for ADHD is the diet rich in fruits, whole grains, vegetables, and lean proteins. Limited amount of junk food can be used. Now the question is how to engage the children with ADHD. Try to engage such children in outdoor activities such as hide and seek, cycling, and running. Remove or reduce their usage of gadgets. Let them make connection with nature by visiting parks. Let them play with their sibling. If the child has no siblings, then bring him a pet for emotional attachment. Now let's have a look over the homeopathic treatment for ADHD. Homeopathic medicine is highly effective in treating ADHD while using with strategies or therapies for ADHD. Chamomile 30. Soft-hearted child but least exertion or opposition can make them irritable and stubborn. Weep with no reason, demands for anything anytime, always dissatisfied. 1 drop of Chamomile 30 daily. Use this medicine for 3 months. Our next medicine is Cyna 30. Aggressive, irritable, and stubborn toddlers who don't like to be stirred, afraid of strangers, complain abdominal pain around navel due to worms. Use 2 drops in worming in morning and 2 drops in evening for 2 to 3 months. Hyoscyamus 30. Stubborn, easily angered children and adults, abusive and break things in aggression, highly impulsive. Use 2 drops for 2 months before going to bed. Stramonium 30. ADHD children with lack of concentration, afraid of everything, express aggression in a fearing way, highly aggressive due to scaring. Use stramonium at night, 1 drop for 1 to 2 months. Bretacarb 30. Dumb, silly children, difficulty in learning and focusing, aggressive malnutrition with ADHD. Use the medicine daily, just 1 drop for 2 to 3 months. Tarantula hispania 30. Extreme irritable and hyperactive children, highly energetic even after having a lot of hard work. Use Tarantula hispania after 15 days. So these were some homeopathic medicines. Select only one medicine according to symptoms or the symptoms that match with the affected person. These medicines can also be used for adults having problem. Combo of strategies and homeopathic medicines can show good results. We will meet in our next video with some other topic. Till then, take care. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pakistan Parindabad.